Do you see that? That's my breath. That means that it's cold, which I get it. It's January, but last week it was 60 degrees. Yesterday, today, it's like in the 20s. I don't do well in the cold, but that has nothing to do with this video. No, this video we are talking more about dividend paying stocks because this is part of the Grow Your Dough 100K challenge. If you don't know what that is, I'm not going to bore you because I've already talked about that in other videos. Obviously, if you don't know, you're not a subscriber yet, so go ahead and do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell because I want to show you how you can grow your dough with this wealth building challenge. But today, what we were talking about are dividend paying stocks. I've already shared what are my first 3 dividend paying stocks, and today I'm going to reveal my next 3. But I have to give my wife a lot of credit because these are companies that she supports, and I guess I support because I help, whenever she goes there and uses the card or the checkbook. But these are companies that we use quite often. So I thought, you know what, I might as well allow my wife to help out in this challenge. And, these are companies that we are actually using, that we are supporting. And so hopefully we get some return with these dividend paying stocks. And obviously we got the dividends too. So it's kind of like a cashback return. I like this. I like where I'm going with this. So if you are curious what these 3 dividend paying stocks are, we're going to find out what those 3 are right now. All right, so if you've been to the Rose household, if you follow my wife on Instagram, then should be no surprise as a stock that is heavily influenced by her, also by the Rose household. But it is Target, otherwise known as Target. Target has been a very popular retail destination for her. A lot of our home furniture, not all of our home furnishings, but we got a lot of stuff from Target. Right now, the time it's recording, Target is trading at $116.92. It has hit a 52-week high of $116. It did have a recent drop-off due to weak holiday earnings. And so whether this is a value play, but really want to focus more on the dividend, since this is more of a dividend paying portfolio, the dividend yield based off that stock price is 2.26%. So is this good timing? I mean, it could go up. I mean, there is some concerns regarding the lag in earnings. So here's just an article I found on Seeking Alpha talking about how the holidays sales fell short. They're competing with the Walmarts, they're competing with Amazon. I mean, they got some pretty stiff competition. But one of the reasons why I like Target, other than the fact that we fully support this company, I would love to see, going through my Mint account, see how much we have supported Target. But Target revealed or released this Shipped program. Shipped. Say that a few times, see if you get any funny looks from people. Shipped. And what I found this fascinating was, so I don't go into Target a lot. I know my wife does, and I've been with her a few times. And one of the times that I went there, forgot why we went, returned something, I think it was around the holidays, I saw so many people parked there for their same-day delivery service. I mean, this is one of their ways of trying to compete with Amazon, trying to compete with Walmart. And this is infrastructure that they put in place a few years ago. It still is a bit concerning that we didn't see a lot of, I guess, those results in the holiday sales. But what I will say is that the few times I have been to Target, like these spaces, I don't know if you've ever been to a grocery store where they have like the pickup where, they have those dedicated parking spots. I mean, those have always been packed. And we live here in Nashville, or at least a suburb of Nashville. And but that is, my wife said, like, that's not uncommon to see that. So this is something I think is pretty significant because this is going to be one of the only ways that they can compete with Amazon. And for them, it's a lot cheaper cost because they have all their stores set up. Like, they don't have to go in and build all these huge distribution plants or warehouses, like Amazon does. So this is just one reason why. I mean, one, as I mentioned, we support it, but also two, I think this is one of the ways that they can be competitive, and we can see that stock price go even higher, and that 2.6% dividend yield is also very attractive. Stock number 2 is Lowe's, symbol LOW. Now, with Lowe's, probably Lowe's, Home Depot. You know, I've definitely seen that debate across, you know, many different platforms. The reason I chose Lowe's is because my wife prefers Lowe's. I really don't know why she prefers Lowe's. Actually, the funny thing, at the time of this recording, she was heading to Lowe's because she's doing another home project. That's what she does. And I say, hey babe, why don't you go to Lowe's? Do you mind recording some B-roll at Lowe's to use for this video? So if any B-roll that you see in this video, that is her. Because she was there, not just recording video, but she was actually shopping. Once again, we are supporting the stocks that we are investing into. The dividend yield on Lowe's is 1.8%. And here's a really good article on the Motley Fool, just talking about which is the better buy, Home Depot versus Lowe's. And for the most part, Home Depot has performed better. They both have done very well compared to the S&P 500. But nonetheless, Lowe's has always been her preference. And I don't know if that's just because where we live, but I tell you, anytime I think, for me personally, if I need to go somewhere to get a tool, some sort of home renovation project, by default, I always go to Lowe's first. So yes, this is more purely a gut play on why I'm choosing Lowe's for this. But once again, there could be some room for growth there. I mean, it is trading basically at its 52-week high right now. Nonetheless, I'm still excited about the dividend yield and what it can offer. All right, so stock number 3, the final one I'll share for this updated video, is another company that we fully support. I would say more my wife than I, but that is Starbucks. So the Rose family, we have a Keurig. And for any coffee connoisseurs, you're probably like it's probably made you feel really, really uncomfortable. We're just not huge coffee making people, but we definitely fully support restaurants like this that make and brew really good coffee. Starbucks right now, symbol is SBUX. And currently trading at $93.62. Within its 52-week high, we're pretty well close, within a few dollars of that. Current dividend yield is 1.75%, sticking, with that pretty salty, solid dividend. Now, one thing which makes Starbucks interesting is that they keep growing. They still have more to grow. Just reading this article here on the NASDAQ, just talking about at the time of this recording, they're getting ready to release their earnings. Comes out, I think, January 28th, 2020. The stock has climbed 45% over the last 52 weeks. But basically, some of the things they were just talking about with this article was, just the high tech ideas contributing to its soon-to-be its earnings report that they'll be releasing. But the one that I found interesting was just talking about the artificial intelligence and then also online orders in China. So once again, living in an area where it is highly congested, and it's it's not surprising to go to Starbucks. It has a drive-through to see 15, 20 cars deep. But if you go inside, one thing that they do a lot is their online orders. I mean, people are going onto the app, placing an order for their coffee, parking, going in to get it. And I mean, we live in the hipster area of Nashville, where there's some pretty hipster, is that hipster? Is there a hyphen in that? Coffee shops. But yet you see people that are actually willing to either wait in the line to get their Starbucks, or they're going to park their cars, walk inside, but you can beat the rush and walk up and get your drink. And one of the things I've even done when I've been working out of Starbucks is I'll actually order on the app as I'm setting up my stuff in the shop, and then they'll call my name. So I actually don't even stand in line as I'm getting my work done. I mean, you talk about somebody who focuses so much on efficiency. I just love everything about it. So Starbucks is the third one, once again, heavily influenced by my wife, but I also support Starbucks, not as much as her, but is just another good stock to add to our dividend portfolio. So let me go ahead and wrap this up real quick, and be sure to subscribe, obviously, because I've got more of these coming, and the next video we're talking more about the growth stocks. Okay, so those are the next 3 dividend paying stocks. Gotta give a shout out to my wife for the inspiration for these companies. We got your Target, you got your Starbucks, and you got your Lowe's. And I mean, these are stocks that I should have bought a long time ago. I mean, these are stocks that I've been following for quite some time. But I'm excited to be able to share this part of this Grow Your Dough challenge. And obviously, I got more money to invest. I've got a $100,000 portfolio,
And right now I've shared 6 stocks, and this is not even including the growth portfolio that I'm doing with M1 Finance. So we've got some more fun to have here on the channel. So if you haven't done this, I'm not sure how many times I've already said this on this video, but be sure to subscribe so you can be in the know for future updates on the dividend paying stocks, the grow stocks, and also the original Grow Your Dough Challenge with the several different $1,000 accounts I've got pretty well all spread across the interwebs. All right, y'all, so this has been a lot of fun, and before I go, I've got to remind you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you, that's right, you can make it awesome. Until next time.